السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وبه نستعين ونصلي ونسلم على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا وحبيبنا وقدوتنا وإمامنا محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن سلك طريقهم وسار على نهجهم ودعا بدعوتهم إلى يوم الدين. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. O Allah, we do not have knowledge besides that which you have granted us, for indeed you are most knowledgeable, most wise. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا. O Allah, grant us knowledge that is beneficial and benefit us from the knowledge that you have granted us. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ومن عين لا تدمع ومن قلب لا يخشع ومن بطن لا يشبع ومن دعاء لا يسمع. O Allah, we seek your protection from knowledge that is of no use, and we seek your protection from eyes that will not cry for your sake, and we seek your protection from a heart that will not fear you, and we seek your protection from a stomach that will never be filled, a soul that will never be content, and from a dua that is made that is not answered. Ameen. Honorable ulama, beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, it is a blessed day in this blessed city, the city of the Quran, the city of Cape Town. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us acceptance. The Quran I have come across in this city is of a different standard from the Quran that we have come across in other cities in this particular continent. It is a sign of the acceptance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wherein His word is read in the most melodious and most correct manner. فَالْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. When a child is born, we become very happy. But does that child know how to read and write at the point of birth? Nay, the child does not. وَاللَّهُ أَخْرَجَكُمْ مِن بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ شَيْئًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took you out of the wombs of your mothers, and at that point you did not know anything. There was no chip in our brains that automatically we understood the languages. Nay, the only one who understood was Adam alayhi salatu wassalam. وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. Because Adam alayhi salatu wassalam was not born, but he was created. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him with a brain that was already full. He knew the names of everything. هَذَا شَجَرٌ هَذَا حَجَرٌ هَذَا جَبَلٌ, and so on. This is a tree, this is a stone, and this is a mountain, was taught to him by Allah, Rabbul Izzati wal Jalal. But when a child is born to one of us, as we have seen and as we see when we were born, we come to this world knowing nothing. For a few months, we cannot utter any words that make sense. But our parents keep on trying. We hope and pray. The first words we know, Allah, Allah, Inshaallah. And as we grow in the first year and the second year, we begin to learn words. It is a difficult road, difficult task. Something that we are born for. If you cannot speak a few words by the age of 2, there is a problem. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant our children the ability to be normal. If you cannot speak by the age of 3, there is even a bigger problem. And we know as parents how it feels when your child is regarded as a backward child. Thereafter, at the age of 4, if Allah wills, we may send our children to a day center for those of that age, in order to pass time whilst we are at work, or to learn a thing or two about A, B, C, subhanallah. The child goes in, and education is made for that child. Something very simple, very easy. They learn whilst they are playing. But as the age comes for primary school, they are sent into their first test, subhanallah. the entrance test into grade 1. The entrance test into grade 1 is the first major test that a child goes through. Is it something good or bad? We will tell you it is something very good, but for the child and for the parents, it is a point of anxiety and disturbance. You are worried, will my child pass or fail? And therefore you go out and you strive and struggle with your child to ensure that this child knows what the child is about to be asked. And you will sit with your child and you will try and ensure that this child learns a thing or two before going for the test. Then you will drive your child to the place where the examination is about to take place. Is that not correct? You don't want to miss the timetable and the appointed time. You will arrive 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the time, sometimes even a bit more, because you know, if I am late, maybe my child will lose their place in school. And then the child goes through an examination, and the child either passes or fails. But tell me, if the child refuses to go into that exam room, will the child ever have the probability and possibility of passing? No, because the child does not want to go through the exam. How then is the child going to achieve a result? And once the child goes into that examination, Inshaallah, we hope and pray our children come out with a pass. And they will then go into grade 1. And in grade 1, tell me, do the examinations stop? Or is that where they start? They start. Every term there is an examination, a difficulty, a problem, something very heavy on the brains and the minds of these children. But they will come out and learn, strive and struggle. And most importantly, we will tell them, don't dodge, go to school, it is the day of the exam, go and write your examination. It is only if they write the examination that they can go into the next term and the next year. If they refuse to write and they chicken out, they will never go to grade 2. In grade 2, there is another major exam which takes you to grade 3. And in grade 3, another one. 1 or 2 examinations every year, sometimes 3 examinations in the year. And then we go to, in my part of the world, the grade 7 examination, which is regarded as the end of primary, the beginning of secondary. There is a major examination, subhanallah. We prepare for this exam and we go through it willingly and we encourage our children and cheer them on. And we might even take extra tuition in order to encourage the child to pass the exam. Is that not correct? It is a fact of life. And thereafter the child goes on to high school. If a child leaves before high school, we will look at that child as an uneducated school leaver, a dropout. Is that not correct? Yes, it is. But if the child continues into high school and gets to the level of matric in this country, has worked hard for 10, 11 years of schooling, is it fair for that child to say, now I am chickening out, I don't want to go into that exam room? No, the child will work very, very hard, will spend nights without sleep, will strive and struggle and go into the exam room well prepared, knowing exactly what to expect. It is a difficulty and calamity in the direction of the child, but it is a blessing in disguise. It is only if that child goes in to the exam and writes the examination, the child will come out with 10 A's maybe. May Allah grant us A's in the dunya and the akhirah. And once positive results are achieved, we will cheer our children on to university. Is that not correct? And every year there are difficult examinations. If we fail a year, if we are lucky, we are allowed to repeat. Subhanallah. We repeat and we go further until we achieve a BA degree. And thereafter we will not stop. We go to MA and PhD. Each examination becoming easier or harder? Tell me. Harder, subhanallah. But we are happily going through it because we know the only way we are going to get feathers in our caps are through these very difficult examinations